Torah Shulchan Yordeh Siman Chav Vav Sif Hey to Chav Zayin Sif Beis. This is day 133 of the Supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle. Hey, Ani Ustaiti Nir Chayik B'zeh. So, it says that we have to make a distinction between where we say that it's the Avers Kemunach Bekufsa. I'm not sure you used that term yesterday, I don't recall, or it's out of the picture or not. The cutting of the veshet above the shchita towards the head. That's not after you already did the shchita of the veshet, even though you didn't do shchita kani yet. It's meaningless because that's already as if it's severed, decapitated. Funny they call it lamala. The cutting of the veshet above the shchita towards the intestines. I call it lamata, but okay. You trap in kibbuk. Why should it not be retrieved like the intestines themselves? We established that the intestines themselves consist of some chiyus for the body. They puncture between the veshet and the kana would render them treif. So here too, below in the veshet itself, below the place of the shchita, it also renders treif. Can't say that since half of the veshet is as if it's severed. The other half is also considered to be as if it's severed. It came in Nachshov Kol Ever Kapasuk Lagamri, because that's case we're going to see the entire limb, in this case, the entire veshet, as if it's completely cut out. And look at neck of Godamayim, because there's no greater puncture in the intestines. Then that will consider the veshet severed from the intestines. It's clear that whatever part of the veshet is still connected to the body, it's going to be partially alive. And there's a treifa for partial life force of Dasaram Maturku, as we have written. Really, the Adrabah, it says in the contrary, they didn't write at the time of the Shchitas HaVeshet. This is the tour says Nika Beshem Shas Shchita Kineged have a makam Kineged makam Shishachar Kfar Treva. Didn't say Nika Beshem B'Shas Shchitas HaVeshet Mishum L'Tzoy Kitani, because there are two different parameters here. Mashet Tzara Guf. That which is towards the body, it has to remain intact during the shchita both simonim. Much rosh, but it's a type of the head only has to be intact b'shas shchita as a veshet. It only has to be intact at the time of the shechted veshet, but once the shechted veshet is shechted, that's fine. You're gonna have a puncture wound there. Uadin berea b'shchita sakonem. This is also true when it comes to the lung. In other words, the part of the kana towards the lung is supposed to be kana towards the head, and when you shoot the kana, we check the kana. The longish brackets here. Madriana Mastana Sheviu Raya Mirash B'Chuvas because of Cain. They brought evidence, I guess, in the Rashi who wanted to say the opposite, but he wrote this way. Shakas Cain, though, he says that there were a hole in the veshet after the shchita veshet not be a problem. But Rashba Soiber Rashi Rashba holds like Rashi. So therefore he has this because as far as that it's Kamunach B'Kum Sadami, like we said before, it's as if in a box. But Gam Shkasav Zalkol Desk come Daito Din and Rashi, even though it seems you right here according to all opinions is opinion halach is like Rashi. Like us again, Lina Masha Tzararosh. And maybe it's going this is another issue, I guess. That maybe he was only writing about whatever's towards the head. That's not an issue. This is saying Raya Cloud. From this up, that's not approved at all. So Nachli did Rish Lakish Definitely based not talking about local shlosh technology based for all the gam heim local b'shas shchita aveshet. They also didn't say at time shchita aveshet. So it doesn't mean, perhaps it depends on what part of it the veshet, not just anywhere in the veshet is okay. Fine, Bach Shaking and Bikas for a zoo, see that the Bach was difficult with this sort as to that it should be Munach Bakufsa, and it's not the Chai, but Sarosh Saraguf, as a shop pshizis. But that may as well, based on that which I wrote, to distinguish between the part towards head, parts of the body, works out fine. Vatfur Shor also Gankin Shlomo Mokum Hefsim Ruba. Tfur Shor also asks if it's not placed in case of Hefsim Ruba. Ein Shom. You know, it's a Guf Gam Hefsim Ruba in the Chashul. Of course, the Chashul says she does so. But it's towards the body, even if it's Hefsim Ruba, it can't be Machshir. So Rosh Gam Shom Hefsim Ruba Mutan. Of course, because she does so that which is towards the head, even if it isn't Hefsim Ruba, it can be Matir. Vav, the Rapashnu, it's a clear cut matter. But if we call poskim in the mouth of all the poskim, the Arushishu Robasim Bimam, Robasimon and Soim Echabo, as majority of both Simon showed by an animal, most of one in the bird, Shuv and a naked Baveshan over Psukas against called apostle. Both at that point, the hole in the esophagus or the severance, the partial severance of the trachea are not going to pass. Yes, and those shows like we ever said there are those who want to be want to be machmer shishul kosim until you shech the entire simon, and the time on the reason is like mir the time we done and also got ikari basel also dislocation in the latter minority. Mal ikar mute basel. What difference does it make if it's a dislocation in the latter minority? Oh, when the nekavavesha mute basel a hole in the esophagus in the latter minority. Usually nekavavesha ain't no der shchita. You're going to say, well, a hole in the vesha is not. But psul the shchita. Hagam ikul bahag elo derech shchita. Ikul also bahag is not considered to be derech shchita. It's crazy places time. There's no place to schumah. The vade masha elo derech shchita elo posa chash shchita setzmanim. It was not derech shchita. Doesn't passel after shchita majority setzmanim. It says ikul pasel miyabasel. That was ikul pasels in the latter minority. Neshim chamesha hilchos shchita. Chamesha hilchos shchita is one of this halacha must be seen of the 5 halachos of shchita. Just like going out of the zone. Supposed to be a basel, which is a problem in the last minority. Not place of in brackets it says, I guess crazy places raya. He places the daf lamed. That places let's make a Rashi and Basa. This doesn't like Rashi. But now my grandma Kosukin, also with their grandma, whatever he's saying. Sham, that's about back tomorrow. There's evidence of the Bachzor Stashi, the Bach because of cloud. The Basa, the cloud, the Bach is not writing about the ladder minority. They should see my shame. Lunishwa Dai is only about case. The second sim is not shechted yet. Mushka Sam, as we said. Chav Zayin. How do you put Chav Zayin? Thanks. Okay, long day today. Also, takes an option. Now, can't eat from an animal until it expires. Once the majority of the both simon is shafted by an animal, for simon echad and the bird, the majority of one simon. Even though the animal or the bird is still alive. What if the person in this state is neither mamish kachai? Is considered to be actually alive. Can come of evidence associated with Shkito get, he can still give a get, Ein Shab. Also by a non-kosher animal, Lodi in the Kamesa, we don't consider deadly into Masves, Kishmir, Matam, and Bela. Nevertheless, by kosher animals and birds, came when she's true Shkita Kshera, since they're shafted the proper Shkita, Lochel and Moshe Bisinai, the Kamesa Nami. Lochel Moshe Bisinai is that they're considered as if they're dead. You're allowed to cut from the meat and eat it. Even though the animal's still flailing around, permitted them with the shkita. Base and nevertheless, have cut flesh. To eat that meat is also actually napsha is forbidden until the animal actually expires. Chazal say eats from the animal before it expires. Shabbat says the lav shlema lo tochu ala dam. Don't eat on the blood. That's a Ram Bergafu Lav Gumri the Raisa. According to Rambam, it is actual, truly a Lav the Raisa. And she ain't looking, we just don't get Magasam, Neshu Lav Shakos, because it's a Lav which goes on many different specific prohibitions, a general Lav, but you don't get Malkus, much Kasper, Ches and Hedge. That's Rash, because the Rash, Khul Daf Kuf Chapal, the Master Shochet, Isum Rabban, the prohibitions are rabbinic. Cross Machtam of the Torah, the citation verse is only a mnemonic device. When he compelled us, now it says, the live animal is not matame tumas oichlin when it's alive. And these animals, once they're shechted, even though they're still flailing around, matame tumas oichlin, they're matame tumas oichlin. I feel shochet bemat mei, even who shechted non-kosher animal. The Torah and or a goy shechted kosher animal, matame tumas oichlin, they're immediately matame tumas oichlin after the shechita. Because now Reish Perika or Baroto, Shemaina Minator amazing tiny, so Minator must be considered dead. And he says in the bracket Zokam, that's Rashi. Isn't that the Rashi? But Rambam, talking about the Mitumas Oichlin Raya. According to Rambam, we have to say from the fact that it's considered to be Tame, it's not proof. The Kol Sheh Soifel Amus Matame Tumas Oichlin Malden Chai. There's your finish. Shoots it out. Anything with Matame Tumas Oichlin, if it's going to die, even it's still alive. Kamula Mishnayis Perek Kimud Uktim. Like it's here Mishnayis the end of Shas. I ain't sure. The Bible says, Akiva Dogim L'Chachame Bichashel Ta'ena. According to Akiva, even by fish, and coming by a branch from a fig tree. No, the simone the dogim shreifa. No, the dogim is shreifa. When a fish has the size of shreifa, can't get by a bagmarchun. There's also a question of marchun dafanei. The Rosh speaks about this a lot, about this interim state between something which is not quite alive but not quite dead. Above Yeshua Mazdok Kapanos, this is what he would say. Torah Be'elatai Sivir Rambam. They have a grave difficulty trying to resolve the Rambam. There's that that something which is imminently going to be dead is any time at this point, and that's it for today.